Well, the problem with Nurmagomedov obviously was the last fight before this previous spectacular fight with Barboza. He didn't make the weight because he had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So that's a different animal. That's like, oh, you pushed it so far that they wanted to make sure you stayed alive. So they had to bring you to a hospital. So they obviously realized there's some changes that need to be made. They made those changes. And fucking hell on Friday, or on Saturday night rather. Fucking hell.
Unbelievable.
Dude.
That was, it's really weird sometimes when you, in any sport, I don't care what it is, when you see somebody, you know, Jordan in his prime, you just can't cover the guy. It's almost like he's the only one on the court.
Yeah.
Nurmagomedov, it was like he was the only one in the cage.
It was like everything was inevitable. Everything was inevitable. The takedown was inevitable. The beatings were inevitable. You know, even if you hit him, congratulations. Now you're on your ass. You're getting punched in the face over and over again. You can't get up. You're getting mauled. Like, immediately.
And against an excellent fighter.
Excellent.
People forget Barboza is amazing.
Amazing.
And he made him look like he's... the look on his face when he got up, when Barboza was like, hey, you were better than me. It was almost like a shrug. It wasn't even mad. It was just when you see somebody that much better, it's back to the drawing board.
Well, I was super impressed with Barboza being able to make it to the final bell. I mean, that was amazing. Just being able to do that, that shows you what a dominant performance it was by a guy like Khabib. But you also realize, like, what a world-class fighter Barboza is, that he keeps throwing wheel kicks in the third round, and he even landed one of them. It just didn't have much on it anymore.
Didn't have the juice on it anymore.
But fuck, man, he was still trying to win after a horrendous mauling for 8+ minutes.
You know when I really look at fighters, when I really focus on them, especially the face, in between rounds, I look for that breaking moment of Vitor Belfort, Randy Couture, and he's sitting on the ground, just like didn't even sit on a stool. He sat on the ground like beat. And I'm like, this guy's beat. It's when you look at them in between rounds and you see that, like, what am I doing in here? That's when you know the men from the boys, mentally speaking. And in Bellator, Patricio Pitbull, I remember when he fought Daniel Strauss, he was getting beat up for like 4 rounds, and every round he looked like Lemmy Adam. There was, and he won toward the end of the 4th round with a rear naked choke. He just never quits, and I always look for that breaking moment, man. Yeah. That's what really separates the guys who are mentally 100% there, and those weren't.
I think Barboza got beaten, but I don't think he got broken.
No, I don't think so either.
If you think about the amount of time during that fight, he was actually getting his ass kicked. When I said 8, I think I might have said rounds. I meant minutes. I think there was like 8 minutes of prolonged top time and beating in that fight.
Yeah.
Plus. And then there's all the backward movement, trying to get away, throwing those inside leg kicks, and doing everything he can to create space. But for 8 fucking minutes, he never gave up. He was just, or whatever it was, 15 minutes, just getting the fuck beaten out of him. He kept trying to win. He wasn't capable of doing it, but he never broke.
Teddy Atlas said, fighters make an agreement. I'll stop trying to win if you'll stop trying to hurt me.
Whoa, yeah.
And he never did that. He never went, look, just go away. Just like, leave me alone and I'll back up and you can beat me. He never did that. He kept throwing the whole time, which is incredible, but just no answer. How many 10-8s were there on the scorecards? Like,
well, the thing is,
3 different
Jimmy,
cards. One had a 10-8 every round.
It was the old. It was the old scoring too. The Nevada hasn't adopted the new rules. So for people who don't know, the new rules make it easier to make distinctions between a 10-9 round, 10-8 round, 10-7 round, which I agree.
They haven't adopted that.
No, Nevada has not.
So that's an old school 10-8.
Yeah.
It's an ass-whooping 10-8.
There was some ridiculous scorecards that seemed to indicate to some of us that even though the new rules are better and the states haven't adopted them, the judges have decided to adopt them in some sort of a weird, non-declared way. Because it just definitely seemed there was a much larger disparity in the numbers in the scorecards.
Yeah.
But Nurmagomedov just mauled him. I mean, mauled him in a way that you go, oh, God.
You're not even there.
He's just on such another level that the odds of you beating him drop so substantially after the first minute and a half. After you saw the look on Barboza's face. There's like 2 minutes plus into the first round, and he's trying to get up. You see the look in his face. He's like, fuck, how am I going to deal with this?
Yeah.
Like, this is so next level.